everyone? Welcome to the Albert and Billy Show right here on WAT Radio. And you're watching us on channel 18 BTC Fiber TV and also on YouTube. Watch us on the BTC Fiber YouTube channel. All the BTC Fiber original shows are on the BTC Fiber YouTube channel, so get on there and first subscribe to us. We want you to subscribe and to like as many as possible. Feel free to leave nice comments all day long.
You're
the not so nice ones, keep them to yourself.
You're doing everything short of bribing them.
Exactly. I'm trying my darndest to promote it.
You're begging.
Well, I think it's working. Like, the subscriptions is up, so we'll say thank you guys for helping and listening to us on here. Talk about that. It is important, and so we appreciate that.
This program that is on the channel 18.
Mm-hmm.
Of all the programs on there, this is the only one I know of that comes on every week.
Yeah, a new episode just about every week. Yes, that is true.
Episode, that's a big word.
Yep, that's what it is.
Episode.
And this is a brand new one. Or it will be soon. Well, Papa, it is a beautiful day in downtown Pikeville, which not many days in downtown Pikeville are not beautiful, to be honest with you. But it's nice to see the sun out, the blue skies. The rain is a bummer, especially when it's day after day after day after day after day. Whew. Well, Billy gets the wintertime blues, folks.
This morning it was 28 degrees when I looked out the window.
Yeah, it was cool this morning.
That is freezing weather.
It was, but it's not as bad though today. It warmed up as the day went on for sure.
Now versus 3 above 0, 32. 28 sounds good.
Don't it though?
18 sounds good.
Anything, you're right. You're right.
But 3 above.
That was ridiculous.
That was the coldest day I can remember recording on my thermometer this year, was 3 above.
Oh yeah, easily. That was brutal, cold, so we're not missing that at all. But it makes a difference just to see the sunshine.
It's
so important.
It's
psychological. It's
not just psychological. The sun gives us warmth.
We need it.
That's what melts the snow. It's not necessarily the temperatures, but if you got some sunlight, it does some wonders for us.
It does, and it gives us that all too important vitamin, which is vitamin D.
I had not thought about that.
Well, you need to. Vitamin D is extremely important, and it's actually something that a lot of people don't really keep up with, to be honest with you, and they don't even realize that they have a low vitamin D. There's a lot of people that don't even know they have low vitamin D.
Isn't that what you get in whole milk? Vitamin D?
I don't know.
I think you get vitamin D in whole milk.
You probably do. I know you get it in orange juice.
But most people drink 2% milk or skim milk.
Yeah. I don't drink milk at all.
You don't drink milk at all?
No. I will use it in cereal, and that's about it, Papa. That is it, actually.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. This is the only thing I'll tell you. I don't use water in my brownie mix. I use milk.
Do you now? Well, see, once again, though, I don't mind it and things like that. It's just, just drinking it out of a cup, I just don't care much for that at all. Like, at all. Unless you have some chocolate milk for me. Then I'll drink it.
Well, why not drink sweet milk with chocolate pie?
Ooh. I've never thought about that, Papa.
It'll work.
That's not a bad idea. Well, we want to wish some happy birthdays, of course, Papa, as usual. And some birthdays that were this past week. We have some on the 4th and on the 5th. Okay, so happy birthday to the following people. Hope y'all had a great birthday this week. First off, on the 4th, we have Bobby Lloyd and also Melanie Henry. So happy birthday to Bobby and Melanie. And then this next day, the 5th, which was yesterday, we have Mark Cagle and Helen Swafford. So happy birthday also to Mark and Helen.
I bet Helen was every bit of 49 too.
Oh, I bet she was too. She's going to love you for that. She's going to love you for that. And Helen has watched us from the beginning. Helen's a big fan of the show, so we definitely wish you happy birthday, Miss Helen. Keep watching. We do appreciate it. Well, Papa, you have something to talk about that I'm excited about because I'm glad that Cliff is bringing this back. It's needed. It's a Rook tournament. Rook Fever is back, folks.
It's not coming here to the Embers ice cream shop until February the 11th.
Yeah.
But let me tell you some of the things that he's got in the offering here for people that indulge in Rook tournaments and just playing the game, enjoying playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
There will be a $10 charge for each person that enters the tournament, but included in that entry fee will be a hot dog, chips, drink, ice cream. All that goes with the entry fee that you paid to get to be in the tournament. And then this is another plus. It is a triple elimination. So you get to play at least 3 games.
Can't beat that.
Can't beat that. And then if you win first or second place, you get a trophy for being the best Rook player on that night.
That's right. I've received a couple.
That's neat. Now,
I'm going to brag a little bit. I received a couple.
Carolyn got a trophy one time for being the world's best Rook player.
Wow.
Now this tournament that will start, I'm assuming it's on a Saturday. I have no way of knowing.
I'm sure it will be.
But the starting time is 2 p.m.
Yep.
2 p.m.
Yeah, it's going to be on Saturday, and I can done tell you. And you said what, the 11th?
No, February the 11th.
Yes, it sure is.
I figured it'd be on a Saturday because everybody would be off from work. Well, most everybody is off on Saturday.
Yeah, and I think that's always when they had them before, so makes sense.
Well, I was unfortunate in that I was always working at the grocery store, and Saturdays was our big day. I didn't ever get off on a Saturday.
Well, that's a bummer.
And you know, I went to work for Mr. George Reed in the funeral home, and I only had to be there Monday through Friday. But do you realize that most funerals are scheduled for the weekend? And do you know why?
They are, aren't they?
Well, I kept up with it. I worked 26 Sundays out of a year. That's exactly 50%.
It sure is.
You only have 52 Sundays in a year. But what people do, they plan, if it's close to the weekend, they go ahead and say, have the funeral Sunday because they know everyone can be there.
And yeah, I get
if they want to be a pallbearer.
I totally get that. That's understandable.
It's understandable.
So yeah, that makes complete sense to me, actually. But the Rook tournament, folks, definitely come check that out and support it. It's just a good thing they have going on, you know, and it's to give people something to do, basically.
Well,
So quit complaining, people. I mean, they're trying to give people something to do, but you hear some people make the same complaint over and over and over, and then you'll talk to them about it, and they're like, "Oh no, I didn't know nothing about that. I didn't know nothing about that." It's like, well, where have you been? You've been living in a cave the past year or something? Like, I don't know how they miss things like that.
Excuse me. Well, this is big time.
It sure is.
We'll be there in the ice cream shop.
Yeah, it'll be good. You might have to play in that, Papa.
That sounds like a good idea.
It's not a bad idea, is it?
But I would win, and I'd have to keep on playing.
Yeah, he don't want to do that, folks. We tried that one time. Remember that?
Yeah.
We were doing good, and boy, once it got to a certain time, somebody was done, ready to go. He didn't care if we won another or not. It was great. It was funny. Well, I guess as bad as I hate to admit it, Papa, it's time for your trivia. It's trivia time.
All right.
In Tennessee.
I happen to have a few here.
I'm sure you do.
I want you to give me the abbreviation for tender loving care.
TLC.
That's easy. That was very easy, wasn't it?
No. I'm going to say no, so keep them coming like that.
Give me what is an extension of the foot?
Ankle.
An extension of the foot. The ankle is on the rear of the
Toe.
To the toe.
Okay.
Now that wasn't hard, was it?
No, once you explained it, it's not.
Now give me the slang for Dr. DeBril. What do you call doctor?
Oh my God.
How do you shorten up doctor?
Doc.
Doc.
Okay.
We do that.
Big time.
We
You're
do
right.
it big time. And they have spent a lot of time and a lot of money to have that doctor in front of their name. And teachers want to be called doctor when they earn that degree.
They do. Yeah, they do. I don't know about all that.
They feel like they have earned it.
Yeah.
So they want recognition for what they've earned.
I get that.
I get it. All right. A well-known chocolate cookie sandwich. Number one in the world. Made by Nabisco. Chocolate cookie sandwich. Two cookies together. Oreo.
There we go.
So you're doing well.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
what do you use to shorten a licensed practical nurse?
LPN.
LPN. I'm on a roll on what
Yes,
I'm asking.
I am. I'm on a roll answer them, but don't want to jinx myself.
In Roman numerals, what does the X stand for? What does the X stand for?
Oh my gosh.
Roman numerals.
No, Papa. I don't know my Roman numerals worth a flip.
Ah, come on.
It should at least be multiple choice, shouldn't it, Lifeline?
Well, what marks the spot?
X.
X.
All right.
X is 10 in Roman numerals. And 20 is 2 X's.
Okay, got you.
30 is 3 X's.
Okay, now I get it.
But you know what 40 is? I'm not going to tell you. Okay. Name the little creature that provides us with honey. Where do we get honey? Little creature.
Bees.
Honeybees.
Yeah, honeybees.
Honeybees.
Yes, honeybees are good for honey. Go figure.
All right. You got a mess to clean up.
Spill on all three. Well, I mean, is it?
I got one more.
Okay. Now I'm listening.
All right.
I'm on such a roll. I might can.
The first
get two
word
things at once.
that you hear in a fairy tale.
Once upon a time.
Just once.
Well, yeah, I've been the first word, but they do. Yeah. They all start out like that for whatever reason.
Once upon a time.
Once upon a time. They all do that.
Yes, they do. I've got a book at home that I bought whenever the children were small to tell stories out of. And they're a book of fables.
Those are good.
Aesop, A-E-S-O-P, Aesop's Fables. He was well known for telling stories.
Oh.
and they're called Aesop's Fables.
Aesop.
The story of the tortoise and the hare.
That's a great one.
Okay.
Is he responsible for that one?
Yes. There's so many. I don't remember how many stories I got out of that book.
I know one thing I love. Every time I watch Bugs Bunny, I love it when I see that cartoon with the tortoise and Bugs Bunny.
I don't know how many years. Bugs Bunny is one of the creatures that I drew.
Yeah.
I've got Mickey Mouse, and I've got Donald Duck, and I've got Daffy Duck, and
those are all good.
I like. Let me tell you, I drew one yesterday of two little girls drawing a snowman on a sled.
Ooh.
They built their snowman on a sled.
That'd be cool, especially for a kid. It just made their day.
I've already made 7 Christmas card scenes for next year's Christmas cards.
Dang.
I've got the drawings ready. If I'm still alive next year,
Okay.
I'll send out.
So he'll be sending them out next year.
7.
So that's that.
We're ready for sports.
We are not, but we will be right after the commercial break.
All right.
So coming up after the commercial break, we'll be back with some sports of all sorts for you. Some good Tennessee news just all the way around, I feel like.
Stick around for that.
Stick around for that for sure. And then after that, some good old Albertology.
Oh, yeah, I've got some of that.
Always has that and some jokes. So that's all coming up after the break. Stick around, folks. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Dunlap Mercantile, located in the heart of the beautiful Sequatchie Valley at 15664 Rankin Avenue in Dunlap, Tennessee. Stop in today for some Mayfield ice cream or a cup of community coffee, and if you're interested in renting this venue for your event, call 423-949-2552. Stay tuned to DunlapMercantile.com for concerts and events coming to the Dunlap Mercantile in 2021. God bless.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Albert and Billy Show here. You're listening to us on WUAT radio station, and apparently people don't know to stop calling when I'm filming. And folks, if you're wondering why they turn my phone off, it won't turn off. Is that not great? Finally it did. Woo. I tell you what, we could do a whole episode on the craziness of my phone. It's a dandy. Anyway, welcome back. We'll try this again. Welcome back. You're listening to us here on WUAT Radio, and you're watching us on channel 18 BTC Fiber TV, and also on the BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Got a lot of people watching us on there as well. Get on there and check it out. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. All the original BTC Fiber shows are on there, though, so check them all out, folks. We want to thank our sponsors.
Yes.
All right. We'll say a big thank you and a big hug to the following people. Citizens Tri-County Bank, Bilbrey Insurance, Scotty's, the offices of Janine Boynton, Lisa Wheeler, and Michael Walker. Farm Bureau Insurance, that's Matt Massingale and his friendly staff, located right next to another sponsor, Putnam Reed Funeral Home. Also, we have, of course, our neighbor. They're closed till April, but it'll be here before you know it. Nickel Roll Antiques. State Farm Insurance, that's Nick Smith and his friendly staff. Also, the Mill Down Outdoor Adventures. It's Lola's. Collier and Company Realty, that's Michelle Collier.
Yeah.
Cindy Nipper with Remax Realty. Dexter's Barbershop. The Butter Dish. Southern Pearl Florist Home Decor and Gifts. Man, I nailed it that time. Lee Station Baptist Church, Hilltop meets Adriana's Seashore Getaway. Trust me, she can take you any seashore you want to go to. And the Daily Stop, the gas station right here on the bypass, happens to have really good food, by the way, too. If you ate there, highly recommend it.
And they're friendly.
They are. You're right. They are friendly. So thanks to all of our sponsors. So, Papa, let's talk sports. How about it?
I wanted to go over the bowls to get them all cemented in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
The SEC had 11 teams participating in bowls. 11 out of 14.
Which is very, very, very impressive.
Well, in a couple of years, in 25, we will also have Texas and Oklahoma in the SEC.
God, you always got to remind me of that. It's so depressing.
Well, that's going to give us 2 more bowl participants.
Yeah.
They play in a bowl about every year.
That's true. They probably did this year, too. Wouldn't doubt it.
I'm looking forward to them being in the SEC because I think that's going to broaden our specter and in the sports world in football, because those are 2 powerhouses.
Oh yeah, they are. I agree. I just get tired of them changing it all the time. Just leave it alone and leave it be.
Well,
that's just my theory on it.
Texas is in the headlines, and one of the things I want to discuss in just a few minutes.
Oh really?
But anyway, in the bowl picture, we lost the South Carolina played in the Gator Bowl. In the Gator Bowl, Notre Dame, and Notre Dame, of course, won.
But a great ball game, though.
But only by one touchdown.
In overtime.
Okay. In the Orange Bowl, Tennessee, they handily defeated Clemson 31-14.
That was great. That was great.
That gave us 11 wins and 2 losses for the year.
Best year in a long, long time, folks.
Tennessee had not won 11 games in 20 years. Josh Heupel, he arrived on that plateau in just year
season.
year 2, not 20.
No.
The Music City Bowl saw Kentucky lose our second game.
Who did they lose to?
Iowa beat us 21-0.
God, I didn't know it was going to be that bad.
And in the Sugar Bowl, Alabama upended Kansas State handily.
Did they?
Let's see, that gave us win number 2 and loss number 2. But then when Missouri took on Wake Forest in the Gasparilla Bowl, we absorbed loss number 3 as Missouri succumbed 27-17.
Who did they lose to again? What did you say?
That was Missouri and Wake Forest.
Wow, they lost to Wake
Forest,
a basketball school.
And Missouri was bouncy. They bounced up and they brought down. But in the Liberty Bowl, Arkansas came along and in 3 overtimes, they won 55-53 over Kansas.
God, what a game!
3 overtimes. Then LSU took on a Big Ten team in Purdue, and they produced a 42-0 win.
LSU did. Heck yeah, go LSU.
And then, come on, Lane Kiffin playing Texas Tech. We got beat 42-25. Lane Kiffin lost a game in a big important
Texas
bowl
Tech.
like that.
I don't get that. Ole Miss, they got off to a really good start this year. Still had a good year. Don't get me wrong, they had a good year, but could have been better.
That was a bummer. That was a bummer.
They shouldn't have lost that game.
I thought sure they'd win that game.
He should have won. They should have won that game.
Then Mississippi State in the Quest Bowl took on Illinois and beat them 19-10. So that gave us another win. This is a particular note here that Christmas week on Monday, Mississippi State's coach died.
I know.
And they decided to go ahead and enter the game even though they would be in a period of mourning.
Yeah, exactly.
and they won. That's
Good.
big. That's
Good
big
for
time.
them.
And I wonder if Illinois just found it hard to play hard against a team that was going through what they went through. I don't know.
Maybe.
Psychologically, I just wonder.
Honestly, Illinois is not a team I think about. Illinois is not who I think about when it comes to football either.
I
They're
don't
more basketball also.
Then in the Peach Bowl, Georgia flexed its muscles in anticipation of the playoff game with TCU. They handily took care of Ohio State.
Yeah, right.
42-41.
That was a great ball game. Georgia had to make a big comeback in that one too.
Ohio outplayed them.
Sure
Ohio
did.
State, they outplayed them the whole game.
They
Then
sure did.
Florida played Oregon State in the Las Vegas Bowl, and that is another loss. That Florida just scored 3 points.
Who'd they lose to again?
Oregon State.
Yeah, they got stomped.
So we wound up with 6 wins and 5 losses.
Well, it's a winning record at least.
But we've still got one more bowl.
I know.
Georgia is going to play TCU in the championship game.
I
and
know.
that's
Who
going-
thought that?
I don't remember what day that's coming up.
Very soon. Very soon. This
All right.
upcoming week. Now, okay. Now, I would have thought, I would not have been surprised if you'd said Georgia was in the national championship at the beginning of the year, if you picked them. But I doubt anybody predicted TCU would be in the national championship game.
I would not have.
Never.
I would have put them down below Tennessee.
You dang right.
I
There's
would
no
have put
way.
them. Okay. South Carolina's coach is, ladies' coach is Dawn Staley.
Mm-hmm.
She has been there 15 years.
Yeah, she's turned them, into a powerhouse.
And Tennessee girls won over Alabama 89-76 last week, and that gave them 10. They got into double-digit wins with 10.
Yeah, once conference play started, they really stepped it up.
Our Tennessee boys played Mississippi State, and they won 87-53.
Heck yeah, that's a real good
And the
win.
Tennessee girls played last night,
Yeah, against Mississippi
Mississippi
State.
State, and they won 80-69. That gives them 11 wins and 6 losses.
Yeah.
Which is not a good record for Tennessee.
No. But
most
when you
schools-
take a look at how they started, it is,
most
they're coming
schools
along.
would be tickled to death with an 11-6 record.
That is true. But they were 5-6. We knew the injuries. We finally figured out that injuries played a big role in this.
Yes.
But now they're on a hot streak. They're won 5 in a row, looking good again.
They're looking good. All right, now I said Texas would be in my notations.
Mm-hmm.
Texas came along in the basketball world and fired their head coach, Chris Beard,
Whoa.
yesterday.
Dang.
I don't know why.
Why? At this point of the season,
I don't think it's a good thing. I don't.
it's a stupid thing. It's
I mean, you're in
downright
you're in the
stupid.
middle of a year.
Wait till the end of the dang season.
There's about 17 or 18 ball games that have been played.
Yeah.
Probably the major part of the season.
Yeah, but there's a big
What
chunk
do you
coming
win
up.
about? What do you play about 30 games?
Yeah. Well, if they were to make a run and make the tournament, that'd be even more.
Well, yeah, but
They
anyway.
must be having a disappointing season, though.
Then in the football world, Tennessee's Joy Hazelton got promoted to our position as offensive coordinator on the football team. I don't know what happened to the offensive coordinator that we had.
Yeah, for real, he was very good.
I'd say he probably went somewhere else as a head coach.
Probably so.
Then the man that got hurt Monday night, Lamar.
Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, he got. I say he got hurt. He had a.
He got hurt.
He had a heart attack,
Yeah.
and so the doctors came on the television yesterday or this morning. Yesterday, and 2 doctors gave a report, and they said he was conscious, doing better. First question that he asked when he got consciousness was, "Did we win the game?" He wanted to know if they won the game.
I don't even know. I never got past that place, so I don't even know if they did win or not.
Yeah, I think they did.
Okay. Okay. They didn't?
But they ain't played him.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
You are correct on that.
That's right.
Yeah, that's very interesting too. Wonder when that'll get played, Papa.
Well, that's all the sports.
Well, okay, that was okay, I guess. The boys beat Mississippi State, but one game you left out, that was a great game. The boys they beat Ole Miss at Ole Miss, and that was a close game. That was a good game.
Yeah, I thought
That was before Mississippi State.
right. Anyway,
So they're not lost since Arizona.
our boys' team is what? They're in the top 10.
Yeah, it should be. They just lost 2 games to 2 really good teams.
And I would think that next year's football rankings, Tennessee will be in the top 10.
They better be.
I would think since they won their bowl game, the bowl winners would have to be considered in the top 10 necessarily.
Oh, yeah.
And I would
absolutely.
not be surprised if Tennessee doesn't wind up being number 5 or number 6.
They would be. They will.
I think so.
Because they're returning too many players, and obviously, the coach is doing such a good job. It's not that far-fetched. It's really not.
Aren't you ready for Albertology?
I'm ready for Albertology.
I have got some
To gain some wonderful wisdom from you, Papa.
The men from the jail, when we have the Bible study on 4 mornings a week, every once in a while they'll say something about my wisdom. I said, guys, it's not that I'm wise, I just have had experience.
Okay, I get both. Yeah.
Okay.
I see that as well.
I bought this book here at the place where Gail runs here, and
the Grow Antiques.
I've got some things I want to tell you about here that I got out of that book.
Okay.
Some places, their names are funny or odd, not names of towns. Listen to this. Pinch and Tight. Those are neighboring towns in West Virginia. Pinch and Tight. Can you imagine naming your town Pinch or Tight?
No.
But they're neighboring towns. In Arkansas, you've got a town named Pickles Gap. In Kentucky, there is a town named Oddville. In Oklahoma,
We need to go see these towns.
Bowlegs. In Texas, a town named Telephone. This should be in jokes, shouldn't it?
They really should be.
And this is a name of a business now.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it.
Dead Man Funeral Home. In Manchester, Tennessee.
No way.
Dead Man Funeral Home.
That is the perfect name for a funeral home.
But that's the man's name that has the funeral home.
Oh.
Just like Putnam Reed down here.
Oh. I wasn't thinking about that at all, Papa.
Now this is stores.
Man.
This is the name of businesses.
Okay, let's hear these.
P-A-I-N is pain, but P-A-N-E is the glass.
Oh,
so a pane in the glass is in Naples, Florida.
Oh my God.
This is a restaurant in Kansas City, Missouri. Frank's a lot. Instead of thanks a lot, Frank's a lot. And these are people now.
Oh, here we go then.
This woman's name is Mary Hatbox.
Wow.
Hatbox. Two words.
What in the world kind of name is that? Mary Hatbox.
This person's last name was Quake. They named their daughter Eartha. Eartha Quake. I mean, that you'd have to know what you were doing if your last name was Quake and you named your daughter Eartha.
It had to be intentional, absolutely.
This woman's
no comment.
This woman's name was Dorothy May Grow,
Say what?
Dorothy May, M-A-Y, Grow.
What some names, Papa?
And this boy's name was Alvin, and they've named him Alvin Will, and the last name was Pop. Alvin Will Pop.
You're right. That could have been like in the jokes part easily. What makes those funny is like they're real, they're not imaginary. That people actually really said those things.
Now this is
That's what makes it good.
I want y'all to remember, this is an Albertology. This is not in jokes. The automobile was invented in 1886.
Yeah.
The used car lot was invented in 1897 with just 17 cars.
That's crazy.
All right. My next one is page 64. Here we go. Britain's imperial crown. This is what gives them their wherewithal to spend the money the way they do. By the way, Harry has written a book.
Oh God.
And he has divulged some secrets that the public is getting in on. He doesn't care who he's hurting. He's letting all of his arsenal loose at one time in this book.
Oh well.
He's telling things that happened to him that they're I'm sure they'll deny it, but anyway, Britain's imperial crown has 1,783 diamonds. It has 227 pearls. It has 17 sapphires. It has 11 emeralds, 5 rubies, and weighs 7 pounds.
Goodness.
Here's some thoughts.
Sounds nice.
For the throne. If the world could be down to 100 people, this is the ratio that you would have in around the throne. 51 female, 49 male. In any situation, there's more girls than there are boys.
Oh really?
There's more girl babies born than there are boy babies.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, if you girls are out there listening to me, if you've got a boyfriend, hold on to him.
Yeah.
There are, out of 100 people now, there are 57 Asians, 21 Europeans, 14 from the Americas, that'd be North America and South America.
Dang, that's a low number.
And 8 Africans.
Wow.
There would be 70 non-white and 30 whites. Does that tell you where we are? There would be 70 non-Christians and 30 Christians.
Oh, wow.
50% of the wealth in the world will be in the hands of 6 people. All of the 6 people are in the United States.
So
80% of the 100 people would be living in substandard living quality.
Exactly. So
70 out of 100 would be illiterate.
Really?
Just 30 would be literate. 50% would be suffering from malnutrition.
That's ridiculous. That is really ridiculous.
There would be
and they're getting on their line on TV acting like they actually care, and they don't. They don't.
If there's 100 people in the world, there would be 1 person near death and there would be 1 person near birth. That's how close it is.
Wow.
There would be 1 person with a college education out of 100.
Wow.
Not one that would own a computer if there were only 100.
Wow.
And not one would own a bathroom reader like this.
That's where you got them, Papa.
Listen to this now.
Gladly.
British peerage. Now this is how they rank people in the Britain Empire.
Okay.
This is the highest classification. A baron. If you're in Britain and you're a baron, you're at the top of the chain.
Okay.
Second, you're a viscount. Third, you're an earl. Fourth, you're a marquis. And last, you're a duke. So if you're a duke, you're nothing.
Exactly.
All right, I want to tell you about trees before we get into
Trees. Can't wait to learn about trees. What you got to tell me about trees, Papa?
In Tennessee, there are 120 different species of trees.
I didn't know that. Who would?
Well, everybody know that's listening to us right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
There is a mill that used to be called the Tennessee River Pulp and Paper Company, but it's now called the PCA Counts Mill. That's where people take lumber for it to be processed and made into paper. This mill receives 4 million tons of wood per year in a log, in logs that trucks haul to them in log form. They've been cut down out of forests for making paper. They will buy 680,000 tons of wood chips.
Really?
And these will come from farmers and landowners each year that raise the wood for them to use.
Of course.
52% of Tennessee's forest, 52% of Tennessee is in forest. So that just leaves 48% of cleared land.
I did not know that.
No, that's more than half.
It sure
Florida,
sure is.
Florida, you may have sand and you may have water, but we got trees. I can remember when we'd go to Florida, we always wanted to get back to the mountains.
Yeah.
We all wanted to get back to the mountains. On an average day, 500 truckloads of wood enters this mill. 500 truckloads of. And you know, every once in a while, when I drive to Dayton, I see where a load of logs that they were transporting lost their load.
Oh, yeah.
At the bottom of the mountain.
Sometimes they don't even realize it.
Here's how many acreage in Tennessee is dedicated to the planting of trees and the growing of trees for the industry. 13.9 million acres.
Oh my gosh.
And this mill,
wow,
with all the 500 truckloads of wood a day, they are producing 1.1 million tons of paper.
That's a lot, Papa. That's a lot.
People use a lot of paper.
They have to. In a sense, they have to.
The BTC Fiber magazine last summer had an article in there, and this is the man's name. His name is Junior Dodson. He lives here in Van Buren County. He does? In Van Buren County. But he makes guitars.
Wow.
He got his first guitar when he was 9 years old, and his daddy bought it for $10.
Wow.
And he makes now about 70 guitars a year. And he also makes fiddles and banjos and mandolins and dulcimers. But he lives in Spencer, and this article that they put out about him, he tells about the different kinds of wood that he buys to use, and every type of wood makes a different tone in the guitar.
Really?
The best selling comes from Brazil, and the wood is called rosewood.
Really?
But I guess it's so expensive to get, and
I'm sure.
And probably everybody's wanting to buy that particular kind of wood. But anyway,
high demand for it, I'm sure.
He has a good time. He enjoys making guitars, and you realize in the Ed Brown show, there's different people playing guitars.
Yeah,
They each make a distinct sound.
that is true. I never thought about
they
that,
make
but
a
it's
distinct
true.
sound.
You're right.
All right. Well, now we're ready for jokes.
We are ready for the jokes, Papa. We're always ready for the jokes. Always. We was born ready for the jokes.
This is a little bit late to read right now, but this man said all he wanted for Christmas was a voodoo doll.
What the crap?
A voodoo doll. And the reason he wanted the voodoo doll, he wanted it to be of himself so he could give himself a back rub. He wanted to give himself a back rub. Toward the end of the movie, King Kong, did you ever watch that movie?
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time, but yeah.
That's a long time ago. But anyway,
Classic,
this
though.
boy took his girlfriend to see the movie King Kong. He says that she is used to be girlfriend because this is what she said. Is this based on a true story? So that's an ex-girlfriend. Bless his heart. She asked him, is this based on a real story? Can you imagine King Kong?
Thank you.
James,
No words for that.
James received a bill for his recent surgery, and he was astonished to see a $900 charge from the anesthesiologist. So he called the office to demand for them to give him an explanation why it cost $900 to put him under. And so he got the doctor on the phone, and the doctor said calmly, "No, not at all." "Well," said James, "that's awfully costly for just knocking me out." "Not really," replied the doctor. "I knocked you out for free. The $900 will bring you back to life." So I don't guess that's expensive.
That's awesome.
My granddaughter's life philosophy, which she quoted in a third grade essay.
Okay.
Money can't buy happiness,
No.
but it can buy cows. Cows can make milk. Milk can make ice cream, and ice cream can make you happy. I asked my cousin's 4-year-old nephew, "What are you going to be when you grow up?"
A 4-year-old nephew?
He said, "Still me."
That's right. I like that answer.
My friend George adopted an adorable but stubborn Australian Terrier puppy who refused to be housebroken.
Oh.
So frustrated, George signed them both up for extensive obedience classes. So recently he saw his friend and his pup walking, and so he said, "How's the training going?" And George said, "Well, I don't poop in the house anymore." Training's doing good. Doing good for me.
I was not expecting that at all. That was really good.
Somebody thinks up these things.
I don't know how that was really good.
Jogging is very beneficial. I've had more people wanting me to get involved in jogging and running
Or
and
just
walking.
Walking, even.
Let me tell you, they're going to let me go to next Tuesday. I've got an appointment to start doing the therapy.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's going to cost me $35 a trip. Jogging is very beneficial.
It'll help, though.
It's good for your legs. It's good for your feet. It's also very good for the ground. It makes the ground feel needed. I never thought about jogging being good for the ground.
I haven't either.
During a job...
One more, Papa, because I've got a Charlie horse the size of Texas.
Well, I've got one I want to use last here then.
Well, you can do too, but I'm going to have to stretch out a little bit, just like a Charlie horse, Papa.
I was complaining to my father about the horrors of turning 50.
Right.
He said, you know what's worse than turning 50?
What?
Having your kid turn 50. This will be the last one.
I can't believe it. These things are painful.
I was very pregnant when my husband and I visited our OB-GYN for a routine appointment.
Right.
When the doctor noticed that the baby's heart rate was slow, he decided that I should be induced.
Yeah.
So as my husband, for whom English is a second language, explained to my mother, the doctor wants to seduce my wife.
Oh.
That's not good.
Not good, but really funny.
The doctor wants to induce my wife, but he said she wants to seduce my. Oh well.
I love that. Oh, actually, they were all good. Just like, I mean, like I said, it's been going on for months now, Papa.
Well, I'm getting joy out of it.
I know you've been on a roll, let me tell you. All right, folks. Well, I want to thank you for joining us today. Appreciate you listening to us here on WAT Radio and watching us on channel 18 BTC Fiber TV. And also check us out on the BTC Fiber YouTube channel. And I'm going to try to get rid of a Charlie horse, Papa.
Why do they call them Charlies?
Why? I don't know.
If I were named Charlie, I would object.
I would too.
Why would my name be associated with
I don't know.
a bad place in your leg? I can remember one night
I don't know if it hurts.
when I was playing softball.
Yeah.
Pam McVeigh's daddy, Benton Farmer, was a pitcher for one of the teams, and he'd got a hit, and he was on second base.
Right.
The man behind him got a hit, and he's running to third. Halfway between second and third, he falls to the ground. He jumped up, and Jimmy Boynton was the catcher for the other team, and he accused Jimmy of hitting him with a rock. And Jimmy said, I didn't throw a rock. He had a Charlie horse. And it knocked him to the ground. And he jumped up and accused that boy of hitting him with a rock. We had some good times back then, I'm telling you.
It sounds like it really does.
I slid into second base one night and ruined my left leg ankle.
Oh.
I messed up, and for days and days and days I had to sit down at work. I couldn't stay home, but Myrtle wouldn't let me stay home. I had to come to work, and I was a meat cutter, and I had to sit down and cut meat.
It sounds like Aunt Merle, I tell you.
Let me tell you,
That's pretty good, Papa.
Carolyn never had a week's vacation. We always had to be back at work on Friday.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's not. Yeah, you definitely deserve more of one. That's for dang sure. As much as y'all did for that store. Well, once again, folks, so we do want to thank you for joining us today. Like I said, you listen to us here on WAT Radio.
Yes.
You're watching us on Channel 18 BTC Fiber TV and the BTC Fiber YouTube channel. So thanks for joining us today, everyone, and we will see you guys next time.
See you later,
for
folks.
another all-new episode of the Albert and Billy Show. So stick around, folks. Stay tuned for that next week. We'll see you then. Hey folks, Albert and Billy here. You're watching us on Channel 18 BTC Fiber. Check us out on BTC Fiber YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like. And check out our Facebook page. Be sure to like and share. Thanks everybody for watching.